Welcome to the Armani Talks YouTube channel. I'm your host, Armani Talks. In this channel, I'm covering communication skills for you to level up your way with words and become much more articulate. If this is your first time on the channel, welcome aboard. Every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I'm dropping brand new videos on topics such as public speaking, social skills, emotional intelligence, and much more. Join the tribe by hitting that subscribe button right on below, hit that bell notification, and never miss another video again. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. And be sure to drop that like on your way in as we talk about the butterfly effect. In today's episode, we're going to be breaking down a short story from my book, Limit Breaker, 101 Short Stories, Essays, and Insights to Improve Your Communication Skills, which is currently available on Amazon. I'm going to drop the link for the book in the description box and in the pinned comment right on below. The butterfly effect is a phenomenon that is often discussed when breaking down non-linear complex systems. But we're not going to make it that complicated from the very beginning. The simple way to understand it is that it's said that the flaps of a butterfly's wings from one side of the world can cause a tornado in the other side of the world. Now, this is something that our mind is typically not able to grasp. The reason why is because our mind typically focuses on linear stuff. It thinks, if I push this button, this is going to happen. 1 + 1 = 2. The mind finds it very difficult to process information that makes it think 1 + 1 can equal 585,642. It's just not capable of thinking like that. So whenever someone is introduced to the butterfly effect, it's typically deemed as something comedic. It's like, oh yeah, of course. The flaps of the wings of a butterfly can turn into a tornado. I'm sure that's the case. But the thing with the butterfly effect is that it's highly practical. And by understanding its practicality to our lives, we become much more mindful of the small little things on a day-by-day basis. In the Limit Breaker, I break down my interaction with the butterfly effect, and it wasn't the best. It was basically on a Friday when I was working as an engineer in this company where I wanted to go home. I wanted the weekend to come by already. It was 4:55 p.m. and I was trying to leave exactly at 5 p.m. By the time it's 4:58 p.m., just 2 minutes away from my target destination, that's when I get a message saying that there's this issue that I need to go check out. And I'm like, okay, if I check out this issue right now, it's going to take more than 2 minutes. It may take 20 minutes, and I'm going to hit traffic. It's going to take very long to get back. You know what? I'm just going to save this issue for Monday. It's a very tiny issue. So once it hits 5 p.m., I close my laptop and I go home. Monday comes around, and unfortunately, I had a lot of fun in the weekend and I completely forgot about this tiny issue. I don't notice much and it doesn't seem like a big deal yet. Another week goes on by, and it's still not a big deal. And nowadays, this tiny little issue is in the back of my mind. But once 3 weeks go on by, it's a Saturday. It's early in the morning. I'm dreaming a good dream, and that dream is disrupted by a phone call. The phone call is from my manager, who sounds very serious. He's like, Armani, get to the office right now. I'm like, wait a minute, today's Saturday. He's like, I don't care. Get over here right now. So I get ready, I go to the office, and there's a bunch of people right by my desk. Soon as I walk in, all those people start looking at me, and they're whispering, like they're talking about me. And I'm like, what's going on? I mean, I don't know if anything bad happened that I did. And once I go to this group of people, my manager comes to me and he starts to catch me up on what's going on. And that's when he brings it up. He's like, hey, Armani, on a Friday, was there an issue that you were supposed to take care of? And I was thinking, an issue on a Friday? Oh, yeah, no, I remember exactly what you're talking about. He's like, let me guess, you didn't take care of it. I was like, no, unfortunately I didn't. I could do it right now. He's like, you don't understand. That small issue started to compound over time. And you see all these people here right now, due to your error, their systems are not working at the moment. And there's a lot of people in this floor. I'm like, this tiny little issue took down all of their systems? And he nodded his head. That day, I was able to understand how interconnected things really are, especially in a non-linear system. If it's like that with machines, just imagine what it's like with life. One of the lines that I include in this short story as it's winding down is, machines and people have certain similarities. It's like if we can learn how a machine functions or destructs, we can learn more about ourselves in the process. And that day, I realized that this butterfly effect thing was no longer just a fantasy. It's reality. And, obviously, like as I'm breaking down the story, you're like, man, this guy's getting me scared. But it shouldn't only get you scared. It should actually make you optimistic at certain times. When someone is being disciplined for an extended period of time, they're doing a lot of small things, ordinary things, things that feel like the flaps of a wing of a butterfly in a very mundane sort of way. And it's very difficult to maintain a strong level of enthusiasm for a prolonged period of time because the linear mind is trying to self-sabotage us. It's like, well, what are these small steps going to do anyways? You're not going to pursue anything great with these tiny little steps. But that's when we have to remind ourselves of the non-linear world that we live in. That's when we can remind ourselves, look, these tiny little steps done with a lot of precision in a complex system that we call life will eventually add up towards our favor. See, this rejuvenates the soul and allows someone to move with faith, with consistency, and with purpose. So the butterfly effect is not just a doom and gloom sort of concept. Sure, it makes us much more mindful of deficits in our life, but the butterfly effect is also a powerful concept to make us feel whole. Whatever you do, understand this concept and understand it soon, because nowadays the world is more interconnected than ever, and you will see the butterfly effect in multiple different industries. To learn more about concepts such as the butterfly effect and stuff that you were unfortunately not taught in school, be sure to check out Limit Breaker 101 Short Stories, Essays, and Insights to improve your communication skills. You're going to get a lot of stories on public speaking, on non-linear thinking, on systems thinking, how to network better with others, and many more other cool topics. Check out the Limit Breaker in the description box, the pinned comment, or go on Amazon and grab your copy today. Thank you very much for joining the Armani Talks YouTube channel, and I will catch you next time.